Let's check out British Base A, the British Antarctic Division's Port Lockroy. We've anchored the Blizzard in a natural amphitheatre full of Gentoo penguins, and we are right in the main stage. We've run mooring lines in various parts of the shore because we are expecting some strong winds and we want to make sure the boat is secure. You don't want the boat running up on rocks in this environment. Port Lockroy is where we are, and over there is a British base, British Base A. This was established in 1944 to prevent the Germans from getting a foothold in Antarctica. Believe it or not, it worked. The Germans didn't step foot down here. It was abandoned in 1962, and some 30 odd years later, the Brits have come back down here to claim it. It is now used predominantly as the southernmost public post office in the world and as a tourist destination for the many cruise ships that come down to this area. There's 3 permanent British people over there, based over there. We're going to go over and have a chat to them and see what are they doing here. Rick Atkinson, the manager down here at Port Lockroy. What is the base set up for primarily these days?
Well, as you can see, this base isn't brand new. The base was built in 1944, and it was the first scientific station that the British had in this part of the world. Base A, Bransfield House, Port Lockroy on Goudier Island. But the base now is purely a historic site. In 1962, the science that was going on here outgrew the base really, and they moved the base on down to a place called the Argentine Islands, about 30 miles to the south of here. And then the base was abandoned for 30 odd years until 96, when I came down here with 3 other guys to see if we could patch it up for the United Kingdom Antarctic Heritage Trust.
Do you come down every year? Is the base open all year round?
No, the base isn't open all year round. We're here now to entertain the cruise ship passengers and hopefully enlighten them about a little bit of the history of this part of the world, and particularly the work of the British Antarctic Survey and its predecessor, the Falkland Island Dependencies. We've sort of been operating on the peninsula, and this is a little bit of a segment of that Britain thinks it likes to sort of hold on to, and that's the kind of thing we're doing here.
The room next door, can you describe what that was for?
Yeah, as you can see here, the base is pretty old in its thing, and it's set up pretty much like it would have been back in the 1950s. There's a science room, and then there was a lounge, and here we are in the radio room, and the kitchen are all linked together, and the bunk room just beside us. And the main science that went on this station was studying the outer atmosphere, studying the ionosphere. And there's a huge machine next door, maybe we'll have a look at it, called the Beastie, which was a big old radio really, essentially, with a film in it where it could record the radio wave signals when they were coming back down after bouncing off the outer atmosphere. And the scientists that came down here, the physicists that were working on that, pretty quickly recognised something was going on in the outer atmosphere, that the layers seemed to be shrinking. And that work led us on to understand the hole in the ozone layer that we concern ourselves about today. And from that point of view, if nothing else, you know, this base is considered to be quite historically important. The Antarctic Ski Club's quite something special really. It was founded down here in the 50s by a wonderful guy called Alan Carroll, who's one of our main supporters. He's the guy that restored this big beastie here. But we still sell the patches that are almost exactly the same as this, and seems to be one of our most popular items. And we say that you can ski anywhere in the Antarctic if you've joined the club, and you have to look hard for the ski toes, but the skiing's excellent.
Port Lockroy is the Piccadilly Circus of Antarctica. We get, well, 2 ships a day most days, and all the passengers on the ships, they think that they're the only people down here because the cruise ships do a really good job of keeping out of each other's way.
Here we are having a look at the Fram, one of the many cruise ships to ply its trade up and down the Antarctic Peninsula. Here it is anchored just off Port Lockroy, and we can see the rubber duckies ferrying the passengers ashore to have a look at the gift shop and also this Gentoo colony, and to make a landing on Antarctica. Unfortunately for the passengers, they're only getting about a half an hour on shore each person, and they must wait patiently on board the ship for their turn. Rachel Hazel down here at Lockroy, Port Lockroy Station. What is your role down here on the station?
My official job title is Assistant Postmistress and Penguin Monitor.
Now, how do you go about counting penguins down here?
It's quite simple. You need a little notebook and a pencil, and you need to, carefully look at where you've been and where you're going. Kind of divide it up into rows. But unfortunately, we don't have to do it too many times during the season. Just to count the nests, then count the eggs, then count the chicks, and then how many go to crushing stage.
Now, of course, you have thousands of visitors here each year. It must be very hectic, your time down here.
It is, yeah. Last year they had 17,000 visitors, and we're expecting about the same this year, which is quite incredible.
There's a lot of people coming through this post office down here. Is this the southernmost post office in the world?
I think it is the southernmost public post office in the world, definitely, yeah.
Now, one thing that we do on the water is I always ask to have a go. Now, normally this is to have a go on a vessel. Can I have a go at franking and pretending to be a postmaster?
You've got to write your postcard first, because I've just done the whole of the last patch.
The obligatory postcard back home. Remember, if you're ever travelling anywhere and you don't send a postcard, don't expect dinner on the table when you get home. Now, franking stamps is not a task that you can just undertake willy-nilly. Rachel has told me that we need to do a bit of practice.
It's alright.
Not too bad.
You do it on here, so you want a little bit to go on the corner and a little bit down. Yeah.
Oh, is that good?
Good, and light down so it doesn't get smudged.
Oh, I think that
a bit slightly firmer hand.
Oh, slightly
Yeah,
firmer.
yeah,
You
slightly
can go ka-chunk.
Bang it down. Yes.
Oh, look at that. Hey, I understand we need the practice. Oh, brilliant.
How many do you want to do?
Oh, we'll do them all. Oh, there's more. Beauty.
There's more. You've been helping me out with a few of the 80,000 bits of mail that we get through each season.
80,000.
Yeah, all franked by hand.
Unbelievable. Your wrist must be incredibly strong.
Yes. And if people miss off addresses or whatever, we find the same handwriting, we fill it in, and we put stamps on if there's not enough postage and everything.
The true personal touch.
Yeah. Well, thanks for the help.
Oh, Rachel, thank you very much for allowing me to have a crack.
Pleasure.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed the show. It was an absolute corker. Antarctica, how beautiful is it? And remember, go to the www.onthewater.com.au website where you can win some awesome prizes by hitting the competitions button. Mako Sunnies, as seen on my head. The hat, the Slam on the Water t-shirt. Don't forget the I'm on the Water stubby holder, and you can get that at onthewater.com.au where you can also check out the show if you missed it. So remember, whether you're freezing in Antarctica or you're sailing over the horizon, a bad day on the water is better than a good day at work. See you next week.